there, I'm just going to talk through a little bit of handling tips for any newbies out there that are considering getting ferrets. So this is Zyla, okay, he's a 2-year-old polecat hob. He is castrated, so castrated hobs are a lot easier to handle, or if you have them implanted, or we prefer straight castration, and you can see they're a little bit more chilled out. I'm going to do some videos on a few hobs that we've got in that have not been neutered yet, just to show you the difference in handling. So if I show you Zyla, he's been handled a lot since he was a kit, so we do a lot of round mouth, kind of checking teeth and making sure that the mouths are healthy, and when we go to the vet, things like that, it's always a bonus if the vet wants to have a look at their teeth and give them an examine. Top tips is always have some ferret oil handy, because it's a great training method, and as you can see, it calms them down. They kind of get addicted to it, so they'll let you cut their nails and things like that with using the oil. Okay, won't you? See, with him we can put it on his belly, and then we can cut his nails a lot easier. And also if he goes to the vets can actually have a look and see what they need to be doing, without the ferret just going everywhere because they are like a cat snake, aren't you? Yes, and you go all over the place. You've just had a run around the garden, haven't you, just in time for us to pick you up and handle you and show you off. Always with kits at this time of year as well, make sure you feed your kits well before you get them out and play with them. We find a lot come in rescues that are like not been really fed on anything proper, like meat and things like that, and they are, you know, carnivores. They should be on like a raw diet, specifically kits, because it helps them grow, helps them mature, and it gives them a balanced diet as they get older as well, and they'll eat it as they get older then because they're used to it. But as I say, kits, make sure they're fed, get them out, and the more you handle them, the better they'll get. You will get times where they will nip you, it's just natural, you know, that puppies and kittens are the same. They play with their mouths and they learn that way, and it's the same with ferrets. They'll learn off each other and play with each other, but when you have a kit at 8 weeks, you're then the playmate, so you've got to handle them and teach them and train them not to nip. You will get the play nips and things like that, and if they get overexcited you might get a sharper nip than you'd expect, and it can make you jump at times, so especially when you've got no shoes on, because some of ours do have a foot fetish and they love feet, so it's something you be aware of. You'll need a good pair of slippers and a pair of wellies for outside. Now, just as I say, just stroking around their mouths, letting them see that your fingers aren't anything that are going to hurt them. If they do bite, so if you've got your fingers, or I tend to offer new ferrets my hand like that, so if they do bite, you can actually move your finger. I find with some of them, because I can't really do it with him because he doesn't bite, do you? If you just push your finger slightly, so it just touches their tongue, and it just gives them that, that reflex, and they'll kind of gag and open their mouths. If you get some that kind of grip on and they won't let go, we use the technique of just pinching the jaw and open, there you go, and they open the mouth. So we train ours to open the mouth younger, so then that way all we've got to do is put our finger in and he doesn't mind then. Do you? So you'd rather go off and play though at the moment, wouldn't you? Right? So, and we find a lot of people tell you to scruff ferrets if they're biting you. I find if the ferret's already biting you, don't scruff it, okay? Because especially with EU polecats, they will just bite you harder, okay? You want them to release first, and then you can do the hiss and a shake and a firm no. You've really got to be a firm no, because otherwise they'll be like, what? And they do realise when you're saying no, they get used to it. So then if they're doing something in the house and you don't want them to do it, if you shout no, then they will look, because they're like, oh, what have I done? Because they recognise the no. Okay. As I say, the more you handle them, the better. If you do get one in and it is like biting to the point where you've just got blood everywhere, we keep gloves in, because there is some that, of course, when they're adult size and they've got teeth like that, and if they bite you, you know about it. So we tend to use the gloves to start with, just to get them used to being handled and having something around their face that they're not used to, getting used to us. And then we go eventually without the glove, and it is a point of you have to be brave and you just have to go with it. When you're getting no bites with the glove on is the start to offer fingers, which is a bit trial of error, but you have to be prepared when you've got ferrets to be bitten, because it will happen at some point. You know, ferrets got teeth, it will bite, so you've got to put the time and the effort in with them to get them to be like this, don't you? Yes. And you know, they can be absolutely brilliant pets, but you've got to be the right person and you've got to know what you're doing. So visit your local shelters, get some handling in before you go and get everything, and then, as I say, do some cleaning out and stuff while you're there, and you know, see what it's all about before jumping in and getting 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, because ferrets maths will happen. All right, I'll see you again soon.